You know what he's not supposed to do? Start a petition. Follow lawsuit. You can't talk like that. And then Alex, I'll let you take it away. But like I needed people to be reintroduced to that song because a lot of people may have missed that because it wasn't on streaming, and I understand how valuable and how important streaming is. Like this whole lawsuit is based around streaming. The inflation of songs being inflated and the streams being inflated and all of those things. Like I get it, but this was one of the songs that wasn't on a streaming platform that I think played a very big part in this whole beef between Kendrick and Drake. Drake, you asked for this ass whooping.
No, literally. Literally.
There's been a lot of times where I've been lit and I've been outside and I felt like, you know what? Anybody in here can get it but him. You know what?
Because you got to know. You got to be real with yourself, right?
Everybody in this spot, like, I'm waiting. But if this nigga decides to turn up.
Got a chip on your shoulder.
You know what? I'ma chill. I'ma chill. Drake never had that self-awareness to be like, he ain't the one.
Let me not.
The craziest thing about this, now we get to look at it in hindsight, right?
Yeah.
And it's alleged that Drake has been in the middle of a negotiation for a new deal.
Yeah.
Now, we kind of got word of his last deal. It was upwards of $400 million. And it looks like he's fulfilled that. Now, do you know how bold you got to be to go up against a killer in the middle of negotiations and to put all of that stuff out? Because essentially what I'm trying to break down is you're really betting on yourself in that moment.
Yeah.
Because this could go one of two ways. I win and I'm showing the label how valuable I am. I'm showing everybody else that, yo, I'm still him. My pen still work. This shit worked against Common. This shit worked against Meek.
It's Common and Meek.
And it worked against Kendrick.
I know.
Unfortunately, that isn't what happened. So to SaVon's point, Drake has some petitions that he has filed. And they're centered around Universal Music Group. I wanted to highlight that. This is not petitions. And this is a petition as of right now because he doesn't have all the information and all of the data. Long story short, he's trying to get that stuff. So he's basically petitioning for UMG, Spotify. Open up the books. Let me see what's going on in there because, Regi, I'll let you take it away.
Can I just read the words?
Please.
Petition claims, this is just one part of it, but because he filed two.
Yes.
But I feel like this is like an important part of it. UMG's schemes to artificially inflate the popularity of Not Like Us were motivated, at least in part, by the desire of the executives at Interscope Records to maximize their own profits. So that is what the petition is claiming, which is what Alex is explaining.
Thank you, Regi. And that was the first one he put out. So,
wait, there's more?
There's two.
There's two. The second one is for defamation.
You're so silly. Wait, there's more?
There's more? I think we should go one by one, though.
Yeah, I just want real quick. Yeah. Remember Russ.
Okay.
He did tell us this.
What did he tell us?
He told us, hey, when the numbers look like this, what they're supposed to look, the industry will just, or the UMG or whoever will just throw a lot more streams on there just to inflate it. So I just want to highlight that. Russ did say that.
Thank you for highlighting that. I just thought that was something Drake knew. But let's do this shit one by one because if not, we'll conflate everything. My first initial thought when I saw the first petition, which is Regi, what was it again? That UMG colluded with Spotify to dampen his numbers and things of that nature?
Yeah, Drake
artificially inflate the popularity of Not Like Us because of hidden motives of their executives wanting to, having their own motives.
Which is why I brought up to the bravery to do that within a rap battle is crazy because you're really betting on yourself. My first reaction was, oh my God, yo, this nigga called the cops. And again, I want to make clear, we are aware that Drake is not petitioning Kendrick Lamar.
He is, but he's not. He is, but he's not.
Technically, he's not.
I
wanted to put that out there for the dense people.
But the subject matter is Not Like Us, which is from Kendrick Lamar.
Absolutely.
So I know the technicalities of it, and I appreciate you giving us that breakdown.
Yeah.
But from somebody who appreciates competition, from somebody who, we were heavily invested in this beef.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Like this battle between Kendrick and Drake has created lifelong friendships between me and people in my life because we happened to meet at the time, and it's like, oh my God, everything that's happening between these two guys at this magnitude is that big where we just have to discuss it. We have to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of different ways that you can view this. The first way that I view this is Drake can never be viewed as a top 5 rapper of all time. You just can't. Like, in my opinion may not hold a lot of weight.
You want to get down to the logistics first?
Let's go for it.
Because I see what you're saying, but I think it's better if really everyone understands where you're coming from.
Let's do it.
So essentially what he's looking for is data and evidence to complete the lawsuit of all the claims that him and his legal team are alleging. Essentially, Drake is looking for a smoking gun, y'all. He needs to prove that Not Like Us would have done the same or better if these alleged tactics weren't used. Mm-hmm. And that's a very hard thing to do. That's first things first. I wanted to put that out the way. Maybe he looks for a text message. Maybe it's a particular, maybe it's a particular email, right?
He had friends and people that he was close to that used to work at UMG, who I'm assuming he got this information from.
He's gonna have to prove that.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason why it's not a lawsuit. There's so much more to delve into. Right now, he essentially doesn't even really know who to sue. Mm-hmm. He's trying to get down to the bottom of the people, the logistics. Who are the third-party people involved into this scheme that occurred or happened? Why was Kendrick Lamar's YouTube numbers so submersive and his weren't the same? He's gonna have to prove that. Mm-hmm. So granted, again, let's see if UMG and Spotify provide that information.
But I read an article by Rolling Stone. Shout out to Andre G. He's doing great work over there. But he spoke to entertainment lawyers and got their opinion about this petition that Drake is doing. And one of the lawyers was saying that, like, I don't know if UMG being forced to reveal their numbers and provide documentation of the artificial streaming, that might not be the best thing for Drake because it could blow back on Drake because Drake also benefited, most likely, allegedly benefited from this artificial inflation as well. So it's like, why are you poking it if you have benefited from the machine as well as what a lot of people and professionals are thinking?
And this is why I go back to what I said earlier about like the whole cultural thing. It's like, when you hear the song, right? Drake or anybody who's around Drake, when you hear the song, it is a good song. It has all of the elements to be a good song. It just happened to be a diss song calling you a